Beloved, glorious I Am Presence, descend within me, fill me with your love and your joy, and take full command of all that I think, say, and do. To you I align all the parts of my being, including my Holy Christ Self, personalities, body elemental, and new spirit, so that all parts are in balance, harmony, and alignment. Fully contained within my heart diamond and Metatron's cosmic egg. I am now ready to receive today's message. Greetings, beloveds. Some of you might have noticed the smile that appeared on Christmas's face some brief moments ago. This was her response to feeling my presence as joy within her. My presence can be felt as any of the divine qualities at any given moment. But there are moments when you need a particular quality more than another. And today, Christmas has been working on joy and love since her morning meditation. And so it is only natural that when she reconnects with me in a more controlled and focused fashion, that this would be the first feeling that would surge up within her and fill her being. Sometimes this joy is so brief, it seems to be insignificant. And yet I tell you, even a few instants of exquisite divine joy, or any of the qualities, will permanently change your being. This is another one of those things, beloveds, that since you cannot perceive, you tend to doubt, to question, and to worry if any of all of this work that you are doing is really having an effect. This is why faith is so important, beloveds. Because you cannot measure your spiritual growth by outer appearance. It can only be seen by those whose eyes have been awakened to the higher realms of existence. They see your light body just as clearly, or even more clearly, than you perceive other people's bodies. I say more clearly because usually when you perceive another person's body, there is much judgment involved. That person's too fat. That person is too slovenly. That person is too whatever. When a divine being looks at you and perceives your light body, there is no judgment whatsoever. There is absolute clarity in their vision. And sometimes They can even perceive your spiritual growth on a day-to-day basis, or even from hour to hour, depending on the intensity of your focus. But all the light that you bring in consciously into your body is having an effect, beloveds. I wish you to have faith in this and to continue with this work just as diligently and continuously as you can. This work is so important, beloveds. And I know that most of you, in your normal life, measure your progress by how it appears on the outside. This is how you have been trained your entire life, always judging by the outer. And so, you want to shift that same judgment to your inner growth. And this is quite natural that many of you are concerned about where you are along your path. This is a normal question. But I tell you, beloveds, it is actually irrelevant, for it is only the ego mind that wishes to know where it is along a certain idea of the path that it has. So let go of all judgment of yourself and others. Continue to do your spiritual work with faith and constancy. And the light that you ingest will permanently transform your entire being. When you focus on the divine qualities of God, whatever they may be, it is good to hold a particular focus for a day, for example. So when we guide Christmas and her husband in their daily meditations, of which they normally do too, we always give them a suggestion for a point of focus for that particular day. It can be a certain ray or flame. It can be a certain trajectory of the light. That means sometimes we ask them to simply fill themselves up with light. Sometimes we ask them to radiate that light out into the world, to return it to the great central sun, or to send it into the earth. It is always good to have a point of focus during your meditations and during your spiritual work. So you can just choose one based on your own needs, desires, or if you are able to hear your guidance, ask to be guided on what is the most important thing for you to focus on any given day. And then just constantly return your attention back to that point of focus whenever you think of it. You don't need to stop what you're doing. You just remind yourself. So as Christmas was out in the car, she would simply say, I am love and joy. Instead of thinking about what she was seeing or thinking about concerns within her own mind, she simply focuses on the feeling of love and joy within her. This allows the joy to increase, beloveds. The more you focus on any given quality throughout a day, the greater and greater will be the feeling accompanying the mantra or affirmation that you are doing about that particular quality. This is how you can, if you wish, measure your progress. For the more delight, the more joy, the more love you are feeling within you, and the easier and quicker it is to invoke those feelings, are a great measure of your spiritual progress. In the beginning, you may find it quite difficult when you focus on something like joy to actually feel it. You may need to assist with your imagination by imagining things in the outer world that make you happy in order to feel that joy. But eventually you will not need that. There will come a point when the mere thought of joy will allow you to feel it within you. And then the next step is to maintain that feeling of joy as long as you possibly can. Thoughts will constantly come in and distract you from your point of focus. They matter not. They are of no importance or effect whatsoever as long as you do not get engaged with them and follow them and think about them to the point where you forget completely your point of focus. When that happens, and it does, simply bring your attention back to the point of focus. No recriminations, no judgment. Just bring your consciousness back to where you wish it to be. And as you hold your focus on any of the divine qualities, they will become intense, beloveds. And the more intense they are, first of all, the further out they will radiate around you. And they also form what I will call momentum. When you focus on joy, it builds up the momentum of joy within you so that it will continue even when you stop your focus. That is when you have truly become joy, beloveds. That state may last a minute or two. It may last for hours. It will depend on the amount of momentum you have built up, how long that feeling will last before you have to renew it, before you have to invoke it again and focus on it again. That's why I have said in many videos, to bring your I Am presence into your being so that you can feel its presence within you. And by focusing on your I Am presence, you will, in the same fashion, build up your momentum of oneness, shall we say, with your I Am presence. So use your periods of meditation, of concentrated focus, to build up the intensity of the frequencies, of the feelings and qualities of the divine, and also of your very own I Am presence within you, so that those feelings become very strong, more intense, and then they will last longer, and you will find yourself effortlessly feeling love and joy and your own I Am presence. That is why I have said any time you do not feel joy or love within you, it is a sign that you are disconnected from your own I Am presence. You are no longer receiving those divine qualities within you. It does not mean that they are completely absent. It means that their momentum is insufficient for you to feel them. And that is what you want, beloveds, is it not? To feel divine, to feel glorious, to feel elated and at one with all of existence. This is coming to you, beloveds, I promise. Do the work and it will come quicker. Thank you so much for listening to these videos. I love and bless you always. I am Metatron.